Greetings. For those of you who don't know me, hi. I do videos on older animated movies that no one really cares about. If you do know me though, there's a chance you already know what's been happening with me recently. My last video was an in-depth review of The Secret of NIMh. Basically something I've been working on for I want to say the better part of a year, give or take. That's if you include the script writing, then basically a year. A long time. Far too long. As I was working on it, I would occasionally do a copyright test, which anyone who's done media reviews, like movies and TV shows, you'll know what I'm talking about. Basically, I would upload like maybe 10 minutes of total footage of the video, 15, 20 minutes every now and again, just here and there. Basically testing with YouTube and being like, hey, is this okay? Can I upload this? Is this going to get claimed? And then YouTube will either tell you, yes, content ID found, etc. And then they'll show you an area where it might be a problem. Usually it does. It's not always consistent. Sometimes it will tell you an area that's problematic, and then you fix that, and then you upload it again, and it'll tell you, oh, no, actually, there's another area that needs to be fixed as well. It doesn't always tell you, like, all the problems in one go, which is really annoying. But that is that's the song and dance. This isn't scripted, by the way. I'm just talking off the top of my head. So if I sound a bit scatterbrained, that's why. I'm not exactly happy right now. I'm just doing this to vent. My biggest copyright test I think I did was about 30 minutes, and that came out clean. I think it was around the beginning of the film that I was reviewing at the time. And YouTube said, no problems. You could post this and it would be fine. At that point, we're coming up around like November, December time, and I was like, cool, okay. I'm just going to go hardcore and try to finish this video, because it was already delayed to hell anyway. Hopefully I can get out by January. That's what I wanted. It ended up being like end of March, early April, and I got to the point when it was actually posted, but anyway. It was around about that time that I tried to draft the whole version, the whole 2 hours and I think 15 minutes total. And it came back instantly being hit for basically everything. The whole video was claimed, basically. Anything involving like the Secret of NIMh footage. And I was like, oh, but you told me it was fine when I did tests, like in pieces, but the whole thing is being hit. Okay, sure. I spent, I want to say, the next 2 weeks trying to make a version that YouTube approved of, and it didn't go very well. I was experimenting with like overlays and editing audio, trying to figure out what I had a problem with, and each time it would come back saying, no, the whole thing's claimed. Eventually I had the idea that it might be the quantity of footage in the whole thing, because there are many reviews of The Secret of NIMh on YouTube, and they seem to be fine. And the only thing I can think of is that my review happens to probably be, I mean, it's probably the longest. I'm not going to say it's the best, but it is most likely the longest on YouTube that exists. So I thought, maybe that's the reason. So to experiment, I cut it in half, and I thought maybe if I upload it as a part 1 and a part 2, and they're both an hour long, maybe it will be fine then. I posted both parts as a test on drafts, and YouTube said, yes, these are fine, no copyright claims. I was like, ah, right, so that was it, I guess. Just to be extra safe, I think I left part 1 as a draft for 24 hours just to see if there'd be any claims. But before, it got claimed instantly when I uploaded it. So I thought I was fine, I was in the clear. I wasn't too happy about it being cut in half. I wanted it to be a whole video, 2 hours. I wanted to show off my work all in one. That was the idea, that was my vision. But oh well, you can't have everything. The video came out, it did pretty okay. Actually, it did the best right off the gate of any video I've made. It had like over 4,000 views before even 2 days. So I was quite happy about that. That video didn't even last the 48 hours before it got claimed and taken off of YouTube, which has never happened to me before. It took off part 1 and claimed it for all the same reasons that the whole video was claimed for. Basically, the whole thing was unusable. And not only that, but part 2 was claimed, and all of the copyright tests I did beforehand were claimed, all at the same time. So I guess the bot just caught up to me. At this point, I'm basically in a corner. I've never had to appeal anything before, and it's a massively daunting process. And it turns out it's like that way on purpose, because it's designed to scare you into not doing it. There is a video from Random Film Talk that is a lot better than this one for how that works. It's very in-depth, and shout out to Rusty Dusty for pointing it out to me in the first place. It quite helped. It helped me make a decision at the time. Because I was pretty much stressed out at this point. I thought I was going to have a video that I've been working on for over a year that I couldn't use. That was completely unusable for YouTube. All that work basically just down the drain. It's hard to describe how it feels when essentially a year's worth of work is snapped within 2 days. Especially when you know that you did everything right and your content falls under fair use. So the 7 days pass, it gets approved, I appealed. Only after did it get approved that I realized that I'm just a tiny cog in a system that doesn't work. And probably never worked. So here's the biggest kicker. I'm saving best till last. When I compared the original post with no claims to the current one that I had to appeal for, the difference is night and day when it comes to data. Because I was wondering why the renewed video was taking so long to get views compared to the first time. Because it wasn't even close. YouTube will tell you the impressions it makes, so basically how much is being shown to people, like thumbnails. Like how many times the thumbnail's being shown to people. I think that's how it works, I'm not entirely sure, someone can correct me on that. But if you look at the raw data analytics, it's like night and day, it's not even close. Not only that, but the second post of the video, none of my subscribers got notified that it got released. Notifications were not sent. So I'm getting punished for essentially no reason, when I already got punished for no reason by being delayed for a week. The fact that YouTube let me post it in the first place is what annoys me the most. The copyright claim bot is horribly inconsistent. I don't think it's ever been consistent. So yeah, needless to say, it's been quite a stressful month for me. I've just been making posts basically detailing the whole process as it happened, explaining to people why the video disappeared. That wasn't fun, having to apologize to people. Yeah, it's not good. It doesn't work. The system doesn't work. The fact that my video is not doing very well bothers me a little bit. That's not really why I do this sort of thing. I do it because I enjoy it at the end of the day. I may or may not want to do this full time at some point. Actually, I would like to do it full time because I enjoy making content. I'd rather do a job that lets me be my own boss. And YouTube is good for that. People can make it work somehow. But if this is what I have to deal with every time I make something, I think I might go bald with all the stress. And it might not be worth it. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying at this point. I don't think this video is going to change anything. I don't think it's going to make anyone aware. I don't think it's going to get very high views. I don't know how informed it's going to be. I'm basically just doing it to vent. As for part 2, that has also been appealed. I had to do that again. I had to appeal that separately. That was fun. But it came out clean. Both parts are now cleared of copyright, or at least that's what YouTube tells me. I don't like the wording of the email they sent for part 2. It wasn't like the first part. It says it may still get claimed. I don't know why that's the case. It should be free from claims from MGM at this point. I don't know what the deal is there. So I'm gonna leave that for a week, just an offline mode, just in case. I'm being extra careful with it. It was gonna come out last weekend, or I don't know when this video is gonna get posted. Probably last weekend, but I'm gonna post it next weekend instead. Yeah. To summarize, YouTube's copyright system is fundamentally broken. I'm not the first person to say that, and I won't be the last, and I don't expect it to change. The only thing I'm going to do moving forward is just basically walk on eggshells every time I try to post something. If you're still watching this at this point, and you're interested in doing this sort of content, whether it's reviewing movies or TV shows or just character analysis, anything like that, be warned, be prepared to suffer delays because of this. Be extra careful with editing, use overlays, edit audio, make lots of cuts, make lots of transitions, look up tips and tricks, and still be prepared to be disappointed when you do all of that and you still get hit for something. I think that's the one take you can get from this. The experience has not been fun. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. And I think I'm done. I think that's everything. I just needed to get that out there. Yeah, look out for part 2, I guess. I hate this platform.